So this is the question asked in today's Skill Rack Daily Challenge. It is given that in a supermarket there are X product listed on the board and each product has a unique number. A boy wants to purchase Y products from the supermarket. So the program must accept X integers representing the unique products and Y integers representing the products which the boy needs to buy from the supermarket, which may or may not be available in the supermarket. Then the program must print the unique number of all the products that are available to the boy in the supermarket in the order of occurrence, that is the order mentioned in the board. So let us see our sample input. So our value of X is 7 and value of Y is 3, and these are all the X integers, that is the product available in the supermarket. So these are all the products which the boy needs to buy from the supermarket. Here out of the products 2, 1 and 6, the product 6 occurs first in the list that is present in the supermarket. So 6 is printed first. Only after that the product 2 is present in the list that is present in the supermarket. So 2 is printed after that, and only after the occurrence of 2 the product 1 which the boy needs to buy is present in the supermarket. So finally the product 1 is printed. So the simple way to solve this problem is take the product that is available in the supermarket and check it with all the products whether the boy needs to purchase it or not. So if the boy needs to purchase it, the particular product number should be printed. So let us see. Here first 3 is taken and checked with the list that the boy needs to buy or not. Here the boy need not buy the product 3, so it is not printed. Now the next integer 4. Again the boy doesn't need the product 4. And 6. Now the boy needs the product 6, so 6 is printed. Now 2 is taken and compared with all the list that is present with the boy. The boy needs the product 2, so 2 is printed. And now 7. The boy doesn't need the product 7, so 7 is not printed. And 1. The boy needs the product 1, so 1 is printed. And 9. The boy doesn't need the product 9, so 9 is not printed. Hence this is our expected output. Now let us see the sample input 2. Here the value of X and Y both are 5. So there are 5 products available in the supermarket, and the boy also needs to buy 5 products from the supermarket. It is not so that all the products which the boy needs are always available in the supermarket. So let us apply the technique which we discussed here. So first we are going to take the product 5 and check it whether the boy needs it or not. Here the boy doesn't need the product 5, so 5 is not printed. Now the product 4 is taken and checked with the list Y. The boy doesn't need the product 4, so 4 is also not printed. Now the product 3 is checked. Here we can see that the boy needs the product 3, so 3 is printed. And now 7. Again the boy needs the product 7, so 7 is printed. And finally 10. The boy also needs the product number 10, so 10 is printed. So let us see how to implement this. So this is the program which I have written. Initially I have declared 2 variables named X and Y, and then I have accepted the values of X and Y. Then I have declared 2 arrays. The name of the first array is available products, which is of size X, and in this array I am going to store all the products which are available in the supermarket. And in the next array named 2 by products, which is of size Y, I am going to store all the products that the boy needs to buy from the supermarket. So using a for loop, first I am accepting all the products that are available in the supermarket and storing it in the available products array. And then using another for loop, I am accepting all the product that the boy wants to buy from the supermarket and storing the values in the array named 2 by products. The actual logic starts here. So as we discussed, we are going to take a product that is available in the supermarket and check whether the boy wants the particular product or not. We can implement it using a nested for loop as such. So here we can see that the first for loop I iterates from 0 to x, that is all the products available in the supermarket. The next for loop iterates from 0 to y, that is the list which contains the products that the boy wants to buy. And inside this nested for loop there is a if condition. The first product which is available in the supermarket is stored in the available products I, and we need to check it whether the boy needs the product or not. So we are going to loop through every elements that is present in the 2 by products. Here the 2 by product has j, and j varies in every instance of this for loop, and if the boy needs the particular product, this condition would be satisfied. In that case, as we discussed, we are just going to print the product number and break out of the loop. Using the break condition would only break out of the current loop. Using a break condition will only break the current loop. For example, if we use break here, this for loop execution only stops. This for loop would still be working. So if the product is found, the break condition would be executed and the next product searching would start. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. So let us give sample input and check whether this works or not. So I am going to give the sample input 1. And for this particular input, our expected output is 6, 2 and 1. And here we are also getting 6, 2 and 1. So now let us give the sample input 2. So for this sample input, our expected output is 3, 7, 10. So 3, 7, 10. We are also getting 3, 7, 10. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.